All right, Shalom. Shalom, giving all praises, all glory, all honors unto Yahweh, by Hashem, Yahweh Shai, by Hashem, Kakadash. Double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone. Peace and blessings to the hopeful elect. This was another update to the coming Motb, the coming Karagma. And we are now entering the next step in going cashless and totally digital. Okay. And this right here has been in the news a lot lately. Okay. A lot of different articles and reports and things have come out dealing with this new program. This new program. Which is being developed by the Fed, right? Which this is the Fednow service. Okay. So I just put it in Google and looked it up, just to see what they're saying about it. And I'll go here. This is to the about. It says Fednow is a service developed by the Federal Reserve for depository institutions in the United States. It will enable individuals and businesses to send and receive instant payments. Banks will be able to build products on top of the Fednow platform. Okay? And what happened was when you go to late December of last year, the federal government pretty much introduced a pilot program for digital currency. All right. So digital currency has been in the works since December 2022, and you can go look this up. And now we're seeing that coming into July. Okay, that's when this service is going to be launched. It says Federal Reserve announces July launch for the Fednow service. Okay. Let's read this here. And this is from the federalreserve.gov, right? Press release. The Federal Reserve announces July launch for the Fednow service. Out of Chicago, the Federal Reserve announced that the Fednow service will start operating in July and provided details on preparations for launch. And this is from March 15th, right? Which is also known as the Ides of March, all right, if you know your history, okay? Going back to Rome and Julius Caesar, all right? Just a fun fact, just throwing that in there. Because these elites run on these certain times and certain days. But anyway, so it says the first week of April, the Federal Reserve, which was still in the first week of April, all right? All right, we're going into the second week of April, is the 8th. So it says the first week of April, the Federal Reserve will begin the formal certification of participants for launch of the service. So now they're getting these different companies and people to actually sign up, log in, get their certifications. So by July, people can start using it. It says early adopters will complete a customer testing and certification program informed by feedback from the Fednow pilot program to prepare for sending live transactions through the system. Right, and I said this started, they announced this in December 2022. So this year, 2023, is the year to get this system set up, okay? Which is the image of the BEAST. When you go into Revelation, the 13th chapter, the image is now being set up, okay? being spiritually erected, so to speak. Certification encompasses a comprehensive testing curriculum with defined expectations for operational readiness and network experience. In June, the Federal Reserve and certified participants will conduct production validation activities to confirm readiness for the July launch. And they're doing this, this month, this week in April. So you got April, May, June. That's 3 months. And then the fourth month, July, they want to launch the Fednow service. So this is what we mean when we say the elites of Esau are moving quick. This is what we mean when we say that they're moving quick. Okay? They're moving quick. They're moving fast on these things, man. Okay? All right? And this is why we have no time to let these other Israelite groups deny what Great Millstone, through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shai Shai, says is the Motb. Okay? Because when they start offering this service, and then you have this next big, because you know Esau, as a matter of fact, when you go into Gates himself, he says that there's going to be another demic. So when you have another demic, you have this digital currency floating throughout America, right? You have the system in place. We're all pretty much cashless now, all right? Everything, pretty much every transaction is going to be traced, okay? So what are you going to do when the solution to all the problems, right, because of what's going on with this new BRICS coalition pretty much doing away with using the U.S. dollar? What are you Israelites going to do when they actually want to put this device in you to pretty much deceive you into this new system? Okay? So what I want to do is I want to actually see what does this, let me see. Instant payments. Now you just had Cash App founder dead. All right, here we go. All right, and this is from a few days ago. 1 day ago, 2 days ago, 3 days ago. Cash App founder Bob Lee stabbed to death in San Francisco. So this is what just happened with Cash App. Okay? The Cash App founder. All right? This is from CNN. Bob Lee, Cash App founder, dead after apparent stabbing attack in San Francisco. Bob Lee, the former chief technology officer of Square, who helped launch Cash App, has died after an apparent stabbing attack in San Francisco. All right, let me see. It's say 2 days ago. Now, this is from April 6th. Now, this happens to be, right, the same week. Because Cash App is what? Cash App and these companies are pretty much private companies. Who uses Cash App? Pretty much everybody uses Cash App to do what's called peer-to-peer money transfers, okay? Look that up, P2P, all right? Say that he was currently employed by Mobile Coin, cryptocurrency and digital payment startup. See, these Edomites, they're in the money, they're into the tech world, and And this is something that is an emerging industry in the world today, which is why you have even other countries and governments taking advantage of these things, okay? Um, and that's just ironic because now what you can have is, now with somebody as influential as the founder of Cash App back in the spirit world, this is where Fednow and these other companies and these different shareholders and people, maybe even this guy Josh Gobbert can tie everything into this Fednow program. Okay, maybe this guy wasn't down with the CBDCs and the Fednow program. Who knows? But nothing is done without coincidence. Okay. Let's go to this on Forbes. Well, let me see. USA Today fact check. Yeah, we always gotta have your fact checkers. Fednow makes payments faster, does not replace dollar. Claim Fednow is a digital dollar that is a step towards a digital currency. It is a step. It is a step towards a digital currency, but it's not a digital dollar. It's just a system. Okay, it's a system. It's a system that the digital dollar will be able to be funneled through. Okay. Yeah, what it said with Forbes. The Fed is rewiring the U.S. payment system. Right. This is what it's about, the system. It's not a dollar, but it is a system that's being set up. Okay. Here's what that means for you. It says it can take days to transfer money or make payments from your bank account, even as apps like Venmo, Cash App, and Zelle make such transactions nearly instant. See? So pay attention to Venmo. Pay attention to Zelle. All right? Pay attention to Cash App now. It says that's because the federal government has no digital payment system for the entire banking system to utilize in real time. But that's about to change. So what's happening? They're centralizing everything. Now the federal government is getting into taking over this boom in different apps that can basically transfer money from, once again, P2P, peer-to-peer. All that's changing now. Now the country's going to get a new system. The Federal Reserve plans to launch its own real-time payment system called the Fednow service, Fednow, this summer. And what does that do? All that's going to do is that is going to give the Fed control over what money's digital, because it's already digital money. Debit is digital. Credit is digital. Okay? You go on these jobs, you get these jobs, what did they do? I remember my first job, I would have to get a paper check, go to the bank, or one of these check cashing places and actually get the cash. Especially when you're young, like a teenager, you didn't have no bank account. You just go and cash your check. You give them your ID, they'll cash a check, $300-$400, and then that's it. But now you get on these jobs direct deposit, and if you don't do direct deposit, what do they give you? They give you a card, so your money's already digital. But now we're seeing the actual federal government set up a system where they can track your digital money transactions, okay? Your debit transactions. It says, though Fednow is years behind tech-based private sector competitors, see, Now these private sector competitors are going to be phased out. It would be a game changer for transactions in the U.S. It would be the first and only digital instant payment system that is both created and backed by the government. As a result, many banks will see it as a larger, safer system able to transfer money faster for consumers and businesses. And this is the gist of it. Okay? So, we're in that time where everything is being set up. So when they do finally introduce the charagma, people are already used to, using the system, right? Now, you see this woman here, right, from Getty Images, okay? Fair use, all right? This is an article here. Pretty much, this is a check, a physical check, right? Now, also, what these jobs would do is they would give you a physical check. Some jobs still do. And you could take your smartphone and take a picture and then deposit your check through the picture from the camera into your bank account, directly into your bank account. You open the app, give the camera, give the app access to the camera to take a picture of your check with the numbers and everything on there, and that money would be debited or deposited into your bank account. Even, they even have these apps where you can just take a picture of your debit or credit card, and they'll take the numbers and everything, and then they'll add your credit card to your phone, your digital wallet. All right? This is the new system. Everything is going digital. This is another step to the charagma. Okay? Prophecy being fulfilled. It says Fednow will enable all the banks, any bank in the United States, not just the big ones, which they're all a part of they have to be approved by the FDIC anyway. Okay, look up the FDIC. It says to offer instantly available funds and real-time payments to their customers, said Fed Chair Jerome Powell before the House Financial Services Committee on March 8th. That's a great thing. So this is what's going on, man. Okay? So read Revelation, the 13th chapter, verses 15 on down, man. All right? This is the new image. This is what we're now going to start seeing people do. That's why it's called an image. But it's a system. All right? And eventually, when you read the prophecy, okay, it says they're going to put this in your forehead or your hand. And I did a video the other day on that. How that's coming into play. Okay? So, I just want to speak on this Fednow service. Okay? I want to speak on this Fednow service. We're coming to the time where, the global economy is changing. The U.S. dollar is transferring here in this country. Everything's going digital. They're going to launch this Fednow in July. Then we have all the news of these different countries around the world dropping the dollar. But I mean, even the currency today is not backed by anything like gold or silver anyway. That was done away in the 60s and 70s under President Nixon. Okay? Look up the gold confiscation. Look up the gold confiscation. Look up the Gold Confiscation Act, okay? Where pretty much they took away the gold standard. All right? This is why the apostles speak on understanding the money system and the banking system. Everything has been digital for years, okay? But they've been slowly but surely over time phasing it out. And this is the time that they really want to do it, okay? So, with that, I'm going to end it here. I pretty much made the point and said everything that I needed to say. You can go into Google and you can do your research and look these things up and tie it into Scripture. Okay, Revelation 13, verses 15 through 18. All right. Revelation 14, 14 and 10, 9, 10, 11, 12. All right. Because if you do take the coming charagma that people are going to be in the near future using to buy and sell with their hand and with their forehead, then the Lord is going to destroy you via nuclear missiles. And you won't be delivered by Yahweh Shai. So with that, I'm going to say, Shalom.